Traditionally, war was associated with a battlefield consisting of physical terrain across which opposing uniformed armies would face one another in the theater of hostilities. Modern conflict is no longer limited by terrain or even physical space, with the advent of war in the air, at sea, in cyberspace, and even in space itself now. Much of this progression is due to technological advancement, which has altered the means and the arena in which warfare is conducted. A battlefield may now be multi-domain, with attacks conducted in every sphere in which military capacity may be possessed. In this video, we'll be focusing specifically on the development of aerial warfare and how its advent changed forever how wars were fought. The rise of aerial warfare started at the end of the 19th century when projectiles were lobbed from hot air balloons in 1783. However, they were far too primitive to be taken seriously at that point of time. There were later attempts to regulate this in the 20th century, when aerial machines became more developed, such as through the 1923 Hague Rules of Air Warfare, which unfortunately were not ratified by even a single state. This was largely because states, as this technology developed, began to see its utility in conflict and did not want to stymie their ability to develop their air prowess. This development came to fruition in the Second World War. Strategic bombing campaigns destroyed cities and caused destruction of a kind never before seen in human history. It's pretty much unthinkable now to conceive of outlawing air power, given its widespread use by states over decades. However, much of the debate regarding the future of warfare focuses on the aerial plane and unmanned or remotely piloted, lethally armed drones. This is because aerial warfare offers valuable opportunities for surveillance operations and can be used tactically as well as strategically. Lethal autonomous weapon systems are able to operate without human supervision and select and attack targets themselves. These lead to many issues of reliability, accountability, vulnerability, and there have also been divisive debates surrounding the ethical and moral questions provoked by such weapons. There is not yet consensus on their lawful or otherwise use in warfare. It remains to be seen whether the international community will in fact regulate their use, or whether we will look back at this century as a time when those opposing killer drones were trying to prevent the inevitable.